Australia has a population of 22.7 million people but is also home to 200 million rabbits. That's 10 times more rabbits than humans. These rabbits have caused so much destruction in Australia that the government declared them a destructive species. While for Australia, rabbits are a harmful creature and they have tried every possible way, unsuccessfully, to get rid of them. China has imported over 4 million rabbits, not for eating but to conduct a unique experiment in the Kubuki Desert. China has imported more than 4 million rabbits, not for eating, but to conduct a unique experiment in the Kubuki Desert. And the results of this experiment have left the whole world astonished and amazed. Welcome once again to ZemTV's videos viewers. When a desert swallows up fertile land and turns it into more desert, this process is called desertification, and it's most The Kubuki Desert, once expanding at 500,000 acres annually, was swallowing nearly 500,000 acres of fertile land each year. China put in tremendous effort to reduce desertification. During the 1950s and 1960s, several projects including sand control initiatives were launched. Its roots go as deep as 300 feet into the desert to find water. This wood is used to make paper and furniture, but only if these trees are able to survive in the desert. Its roots go 300 feet deep into the desert for water. This wood makes paper and furniture, but only if these trees survive. In the Kubuki Desert, strong winds blow sand, scattering it and moisture to evaporate. To protect willow plants from winds, bushes were planted. In the beginning, everyone in Weng people used to laugh, saying, "Look, who is crazy enough to plant trees in the desert?" But no one knew about Weng's intentions. For the next 3 years, everything went smoothly, but then a new problem arose. The willow trees now needed special care. If they were to be sold to the paper and furniture industry, it was necessary to immediately cut off the new shoots so that the main trunk of the tree would grow thicker. But in the desert, doing this work, it was both very difficult and expensive to do this in the desert. And this is where the story takes a new turn. This is the point where rabbits, specifically Rex rabbits, enter the story. Rex rabbits are a special breed whose fur is just like that of an otter, very soft, expensive, and used to make luxury fabrics. But why were rabbits brought here in the first place? Because a small, their habit transformed the Kubuki Desert's ecosystem. Rex rabbits ate new willow shoots, causing main tree trunks to thicken. The paper industry bought these thick trunks. Rabbits got food and provided raw material for paper, benefiting both environment and economy, a win-win. As you learned earlier, the roots of the willow tree can extend up to 300 feet underground. As you learned earlier, the roots of the willow tree can extend up to 300 feet underground. These roots penetrate into the sand and begin to enhance its structural stability. The benefit of this was that during strong winds, the sand would no longer blow away and the moisture trapped within it would not evaporate. Meanwhile, the rabbits began to show their true worth. The waste of Rex rabbits, that is, their droppings, started to be used as fertilizer. In China's zero-waste system, this also became a valuable product. Secondly, this breed of Rex rabbits produces the most offspring. One female can give birth to 50 bunnies in a year, meaning their reproduction rate is quite high. As the number of rabbits increased, so did their droppings, and the fertility of the land also improved. In China, the system of recipes of recipes not free. Another important trait of Rex rabbits also played a key role in this miracle. Another of their qualities is that while they can digest grass, they cannot digest grass seeds. As a result, the seeds pass through their droppings unchanged, and after some time, the grass also began to multiply. In other words, the rabbits not only helped maintain the willow trees, but also contributed to the growth of grass and eventually this process became a self-sustaining cycle. The rabbits greened the desert, Wang continued. He rented bulldozers to level desert sand dunes, filling low areas, leveling land, and planting willows. Meanwhile, he encouraged locals to raise Rex rabbits. He also approached the Chinese government. With the help of the Chinese government, he brought in millions of Rex rabbits and distributed them among the local people. Now every household became a small farm. This project continued for 10 years and the entire area was transformed. There was a time when there was nothing here but sand. Now it is a lush green area. Total area of the Kabuki Desert spreads over 18,600 square kilometers, of which, according to a UN report, 33% or 6,000. Square kilometers have become green. This is the result of more than 30 years of hard work. Because of this transformation, the Kabuki Desert is now known as an ecological marvel instead of the sea of death. But it's not just the environment that has changed here. The lives of people have also been transformed. The Chinese government invested 3 billion yuan here, which is about $400 million. And with this money, new villages were built and people were given new livelihoods in the desert. Today, millions of acres of desert provide livelihoods for people. More than 2,000 farms are operating here, and every year, 3 million Rex rabbits are sold. The average annual income of a farmer has reached up to $9,600. In other words, the people who once used to flee the desert are now becoming prosperous right here. When media reporters came here in 2000, they saw that the environment had become 10 times better than before. Trees, plants, grass, animals, and humans, everything was moving in harmony. But here one question must be coming to everyone's mind. If rabbits can make the desert green again, then why are they considered dangerous in Australia? Actually, before 1859, there were no rabbits in Australia at all. Then a Britisher brought them here released just 24 rabbits so their population would grow, and then the British could come here to hunt them. 70 years later, their population had increased so much that they became out of control. In Australia, rabbits live in their natural habitats, whereas in China, they are kept in a controlled environment. They are only used as much as is beneficial for everyone. That's why rabbits are considered a curse in Australia. The Kabuki Desert also hosts the Jumna Solar Power Plant, the world's largest solar image. Spanning 6,000 acres with 5 million panels, it forms a running horse visible from space, a Guinness World Record. In 2022, it had generated 3 billion kilowatt hours of energy, which allowed China to save 760,000 tons of coal and reduce carbon dioxide emissions by 1,800,000 tons. But if you think this power plant only generates electricity, you're completely mistaken. This plant also fights desertification. Since sunlight doesn't reach under the panels, evaporation is reduced, which allows grass to grow here, and the grass is also kept here for grazing, racks of rabbits. The rabbits eat the grass and through their droppings help plant new grass seeds. In this way, not only is desertification being reduced, but free energy is also being produced. And finally, the rabbit's fur is sold at high prices. Due to the panels, the speed of strong winds here has decreased by up to 50%, which means less sand is displaced and gradually new land is naturally becoming fertile. Today, if you visit the Kabuki Desert, you'll find sheep, goats, ducks, and rabbits all living together. There is grass growing under the panels and clusters of willows all around. Is fertile. In the Kabuki Desert today, you'll find sheep, goats, ducks, and rabbits living together. There is grass growing under the panels and clusters of willows around. The Sea of Death, once unimaginable, is now the Sea of Life. It started with a small rabbit. Researchers worldwide call this an eco-economic revolution. According to a report on deserts, 50% of the world's area is desert and 40% is battling desertification. Today, even Europe and America are trying to learn from China's eco-economic revolution. The message of the Kabuki Desert is clear. If humans and nature work together, even a sea of death can be turned into a garden of life. We hope you will also like and share this video from Zem TV to the fullest. Thank you so much for your loving comments. See you in the next amazing video.